Look at him. Dorian. Look at you. Oh, okay, bye. I have both the kitties around me to film this, so this should be a fairly quick video. It's just gonna be my January TBR today. I am a mood reader. However, I am trying to start building TBRs out just that way I can track what my priority reads are, because I tend to like impulse read other things and then I forget about books that have been on my TBR for forever that I really have been wanting to read. So I'm more just trying to start TBRs to just kind of be able to keep track of what books were my highest priority. And I don't necessarily need to stick to this. So far in the few months that I've been doing TBRs, I have never read every single thing on my TBR. But again, it's just more of like a general reference for me. So as of right now, I do have 7 books on my TBR for January. I did keep this one like a little lighter too, because especially to kick off the year, I don't want to be in a reading slump. I don't want any bad vibes going into the beginning of 2022. So I wanted to keep it open to me just choosing to read whatever I felt like reading. So I have some books. I've already maybe finished one of them, but I'm filming this like a little bit into January already. So, you know, it is what it is. But let's jump in. So the first book is one that I have already finished, but I will talk about in my wrap up, and that is Ecstasy by KV Rose. I buddy read this one with my friend Amanda over on Instagram. I'll put her like handle down below. She takes beautiful, aesthetically appealing pictures, which is something that I just so admire. I cannot do. I love having a bookstagram, but I am like severely incompetent over there. But anyways, I buddy read this with her and it was so fun to do. I've never done a buddy read before, but it was nice to just have someone else that I could like check in and talk to about the book with. Oh, this one is a dark romance. Arya, why do you choose to be loud every time I decide to film? She's been a stinker today with filming. Anyways, follows Zara, who has a drug problem and is in college, and she's kind of wrapped up with her ex-boyfriend Alex and his roommate Eli. I'm not going to say any more because I'll talk about this in my wrap up, but I did love it. And a great way to start the year. So anyways, that was on my TBR. However, I already fulfilled that. So yay me. Go me, off to a good start. Next on my list is Too Late by Colleen Hoover. This was one of my other TBRs and I never got around to it, but I want to get around to it. I don't know literally anything about this. I just know that it's a dark romance written by Colleen Hoover, which I need in my life. And one of my friends over on Instagram also told me that this is like that there's a pretty big deep dive into mental health in this, which I'm really, really into because I love reading about mental health in books and I really want to see then how this works. Also, is this Sonia's note? Yes, thank you to Sonia for sending this to me, and I finally want to be able to dive into this one this year. So high priority for me. Next is Carnage by Sarah Bailey. So this is a reverse harem romance, and this was in my like 22 books to read in 2022 list. I don't really know that much about it, except it's like a 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, kind of like retelling, but like in modern day, you know, like the 4 horsemen. I'm pretty sure it's 4 guys and 1 girl. Even from the description, like I don't really get a good sense of what this is about. I just have seen so many people love it and talk about it, and I love reverse harems. I really found a love for reverse harems in 2021, so I want to get into reading it. And now I know that the 4th book is out and I'm pretty sure the series is done, which I don't purposely wait to start series until they are finished. However, when I saw that this one is, then I'm like, well, I want to read that now, especially that all the books are out. So I do want to get around to that at some point. I already have it downloaded on my Kindle, so hopefully we'll get to it this month. Another one that was on my 22 books to read in 2022 is Forget Me Not by QB Tyler. And I also have another one, Bittersweet Surrender by QB Tyler, on this list because I want to finish up reading her entire backlist. I'm so close. I just have a few books. So I put the ones on my TBR that I need to read this month by her just to be completely caught up with her backlist. I love QB Tyler. Her writing just works for me. Forget Me Not is a marriage is in trouble romance. Amnesia romance. I need to read it. Just from Peace Love Books loved it, so I want to read it. And then Bittersweet Surrender, which I'm in the middle of this one right now, and I am loving. So this one follows a woman who is in marriage counseling with her husband of 5 years, but they've been together for like 8 years. And she's in counseling with him, but she is having an affair with their marriage counselor at the same time. So it's forbidden really taboo, so good, I'm living for it right now, and it's a duet. There's a second book to it, so I'm just assuming I'll jump into that one too, but I'm not putting that one on my actual TBR. I just have this one on there, but I'm loving it. And yeah, so basically QB Tyler's backlist is on my TBR, or like the ones that I have to finish for this month. Next is the big whopper. I was going to try to finish this in 2021. I was going to try to finish this in December, just that way I could have this series, like my reread, done in 2021, but I just knew like I had other books that I wanted to finish up by the end of the year, and this is 1,000 pages. So I knew I need, or almost 1,000. Like 980 pages. So, it's 1,000 pages. And I knew I wanted to be able to like dedicate time. So I'm going to finish my reread of Throne of Glass with Kingdom of Ash, the final book in the Throne of Glass series. I can't say too much plot-wise. This is the final book. You need to read the other books before this one. But I have truly loved rereading this series so much. I love Kingdom of Ash. The first time that I read this book, I read it in like a day and a half. Crazy, but I was like so obsessed, and I needed to know what happened, and now I do. And you know, I think I can take my time a little bit more with reading it and really like fully appreciate the story and the ending for these characters. But I'm just not ready to feel the pain that I feel with this book, but I'm also like ready because I love being emotionally wrecked by books. So I'm excited to get on my reread. I've only read a chapter of this so far, and it's fucking Aedion. It was Aedion's chapter, which, I mean, if you've read the Throne of Glass, I don't know, he's a liked character. I think unpopular opinion for me, like I just don't like him. And the last one, this was actually a last minute throw on, but it's more because I didn't get around to it in December, and I do just want to get this one done so that way I can like get on to other books of hers. And that is Enamored by Gianna Darling. This is the second book in the Enslaved duet. I read Enthralled like over the summer of last year, and I just want to get this duet finished because I want to read When Heroes Rise and When Villains Rise and When Heroes Fall, like that duet. And then also the Evolution of Sin trilogy, like these, they all follow or like are all in the same world, so they're interconnected. I don't think you have to like read them in order, but I more just want to like be done with this one so that way I can read the next, because I do want to like isolate my reading of them and not be like jumping around. So I do want to catch up on this one, but again, it's so long. It's like 600 pages. So it was kind of why I didn't end up finishing it in December, was because I was just trying to get other books in by the end of the year that were shorter and not like have a big, huge chunker to finish. I do want to get around to that because I did really like it. It's a dark romance. I don't even remember that much about the first one, except that this woman is sold to pay off like her father's debts to this man, this very rich, wealthy, like lord type man, and it's dark. But yeah, I want to finish that this month. Okay, that's a really quick video. It feels weird filming such a fast video, but that's it. That's my TBR for January. I did set my goal for my reads for 2022. I did set on Goodreads to be 104 books, just so that way it's 2 books a week. So in case if I ever like fall off, I never feel like behind or feel like bad about myself that I'm falling behind on my goal, knowing that like 104 is like a manageable number for me, especially with me reading 182 last year. But I want to keep it manageable, but I am secretly kind of hoping for 200 books. So we'll see. I'm not really going to hold myself to that, especially hopefully like we can get back to doing things a little bit more, but honestly, I'm not hopeful for that. So I don't know. I'm genuinely really excited about all these books that I have on my list. Also, guys, this one isn't on my TBR, but can I just tell you, can we chat quick? So I don't read fan fiction really. Oh, I just bumped the tripod. Ooh. And this is not a knock against fan fiction or anything. Like, I totally get that some people like love it and that's all that they read. I just personally have not. I've only read one fan fiction, and it was a Kylo Ren fan fiction, and it was great. But I didn't read any more. Also, do you guys like my Star Wars Stormtrooper sweatshirt? Anyways, I just haven't read a lot. However, again, Amanda, the one that I buddy read Ecstasy with, she has been obsessed with Manacled lately, and it's not the first time I've seen this going around. It's Harry Potter meets like Handmaid's Tale fan fiction about Draco and Hermione, and I started that. I'm like kind of obsessed. I'm only on chapter 5, but it's so good. But it's like also 1,000 pages long, so it's gonna take me a while. But I am reading that. It's not on my TBR because like it wasn't planned that I was going to read this, but I'm just reading it right now and I feel like telling you guys. Amanda also sent me like a video of how to get it downloaded on my Kindle, because I hate reading on my screen, which is why like I haven't read a lot of other like fan fictions, because I don't like reading on my screen, and I want them to count towards my Goodreads goal. But Manacle's on Goodreads, so it's like a win-win. So anyways, that's not really a part of my TBR, but I just wanted to tell you guys about it. So yeah, Yeah, that is it for this video. Pretty short and sweet, unlike a lot of my other ones where I just like talk and talk and talk. So yeah, that's it for today, and I will see ya when I see ya.